Hello, my friends. Jeffrey Schau here from Grow to Your Potential. Thank you for joining me once again as we continue to lay the foundation for having great meetings. The type of meetings that build clarity and alignment. The type of meetings that rally the team around a common cause. The type of meetings that not only tackle the day-to-day problems, but also tackle the future of the organization, setting everyone up for success. In the last two episodes, I introduced to you the daily check-in and the weekly tactical meetings. These two meetings cover the day-to-day operations and keep the team rowing in unison. But these meetings are not enough. Some of you may have already been asking the question, what about strategy? What about future thinking? Where do these fit in? And how do we handle these topics when they pop up during the first two types of meetings? These are great questions. Where the first two meetings keep the team rowing in unison, the meetings I talk about today and next week are what set the direction or course for the team. The key to being able to tackle critical issues that affect long-term success is to set aside dedicated time to work through them. And if we're honest with ourselves, this cannot be done during a weekly meeting or a daily check-in. These issues generally require significant time for research as well as plenty of time for discussion. Without these, your team will struggle to make the best decisions or rally around the decision that is made. To fully understand this, do check out my video series on the 5 dysfunctions of a team, in particular, the episodes on conflict and commitment. All right, so let's dive into the ad hoc topical meeting, which is also often called the monthly strategic meeting. Now, this meeting often has two different names as they reflect the nature of how these meetings come about. Strategy is not something that should be left to chance or wait until a crisis comes about, hence the name monthly strategic meeting. However, despite the best laid plans, critical issues can still arise and will pop up during the weekly tactical meeting. When this happens, you need to plan a spontaneous meeting to address the issue, hence the name ad hoc topical meeting. Whichever name you decide to give it, there are two key principles you will want to follow for these meetings to be successful. First, plan for them. Set aside time each month for these meetings. Ideally, 2 to 4 hours, as you will want to allow roughly 2 hours per topic. Secondly, be prepared for the unexpected. Despite the best laid plans, issues can arise and the temptation exists to tackle these during the weekly tactical meetings. Please resist the urge. Identify it as an issue worthy of dedicated discussion and then set up an ad hoc meeting to address it, provided it cannot wait to the pre-planned monthly strategic meeting. Now, unlike the previous two meetings, which had little to no agenda, this meeting has an agenda. The beauty of these ones, however, is the agenda is super short, containing only 1 or 2 topics. That's right, only 1 or 2 topics. These meetings require a great deal of brainstorming and discussion to come up with an optimal long-term solution. If you try to tackle many of these topics in one meeting, brain power gets exhausted and the effectiveness of the meeting decreases with each additional topic. The best results are achieved by keeping the list of topics short and providing ample time to discuss each one. When you do this, you avoid the confusion as to the type of discussion you're having, giving the team the clarity they need to contribute at their best. Well, there you have it. We have now covered 3 of the 4 types of meetings you should be having. Join me again next week as I cover the final type of meeting that will help you move your meetings from suck to not suck. I'll see you then.